today we're connected with a social psychological associate in Empathinc, Regina Navira Pratiwi. Hello, Regina.
Good morning, Regina.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, you're looking beautiful, fresh this morning. Thank you for your time joining with us early in the morning. We are so going to talk about this people pleasure syndrome. Now, before we ask for any further questions, let's just go to the basics first. What's the psychology behind this people-pleasing behavior? Is it really true?
Okay, yeah, people pleasing or people pleasure, it's actually not a syndrome. It's just, not just actually, it's a symptom that might be, it can be a syndrome like depression, anxiety, avoidant personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, and also codependency. But codependency, it's like a special case in romantic relationship. So if we are being a people pleaser, so it will be a problem in our romantic relationship. It's not a syndrome, but it's a symptom. Can lead us to have mental health condition.
Wow, it's nice. So it is the clear statement from Regina. And the next question, Regina. People nowadays talking about the mental health. So can people pleasing be considered as a mental health issue?
Yeah, it's gonna be mental health issue when it becomes like too far and it's become a problem because of when we are feeling so hard to say no, and we have no like, you know, border, or we cannot establish our border in ourselves, so it becomes a problem and will lead us to have mental health condition and mental illness.
Oh, it can lead us because,
yes,
like Regina said earlier,
stress.
Yeah, that's the
borderline personality disorder.
Okay. So stress is one of the indication, obviously. Now, elaborate with us more. How do people develop this people pleasing behavior itself? So could it be actually rooted in trauma, maybe, or being scared or a fear of something such as, you know, a dark place, or being alone, or rejection, maybe, in the love story, maybe? I don't know. So what's your point of view?
People pleaser, it sometimes tend to be good when we have like caring to people, we have concern to make other people happy, but when it's like break our mental health, like when it becomes like bigger, when we cannot establish our boundaries and we cannot communicate with people, we don't know how to value what we want or with what we don't want to do it. So it becomes very big for us and will destroy our mental and physical condition.
Wow, it's clearly. So, Regina, is that true that the syndrome can affect people's mental health negatively in the long run, for long term?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Effort to keep other people happy around us, like I said before, that when we try to manage all the things and make sure to make all the people around us happy, it will lose our energy, concern to our goals, to have self-compassion to ourselves. And also some research suggests that willpower and self-control has a limited resources. So if we use these resources to focusing for other people's happiness, so we cannot live our life authentically. We cannot recognize who we are. We don't know what we want. Yeah, it's the problem is we cannot even recognize who I am or who you are or who we are, like that. We cannot focus.
Okay, so related to that, you know, these days, people intend to be, you know, they try or intend to be nice to other
Everyone,
people, yeah, right, to everyone, it's not because they are forced or they need to be nice. It's because how they are actually raised, right? Some people comes from that kind of background of the family who are actually taught that you specifically need to be nice or to be kind to other, you know, people. Now, how can we, the other people, tell if we are one of the people pleasures? What are the traits or what are the symptoms that we specifically need to know?
Mhm. So there's a distinctive distinction between being a generosity or being nice to people or pleasing people. It's different, but it's actually subtle. But we have like range of reason when we are being nice or generosity. It feels like you want to feel good, you want to help people, you want to get favor. We also want to earn favor. But if you try to put our effort to doing something because we are afraid to feel rejected by other people. So yeah, the people pleasing, it works here.
Wow, it's very nice. Yeah. So the next question that we already talked about the negative impact and telling about the people pleasure itself. Are there any benefits for being a people pleaser itself, Regina? How do you think?
I think people pleaser tend to be good at knowing others' feeling.
Yeah.
We can be like, it will rise our empathetic, thoughtful, caring, but still we have to know the boundaries. When it like someone try to break or destroy the boundaries, we have to get ready to say no for this. So it means like it's not that good, but for being a nice person, it's good. But for being a people pleaser, it's not good.
Again and again, the line and boundaries itself is very important in every aspect of our life, including being kind and being a people pleaser.
Okay,
right?
true. Now, I really want to know about this stage of, is it for people pleasure, you know, people who likes to please other people, or could you, or is it the correct way to say that they are more introvert people who are actually in this kind of zone?
Okay, it's like a people pleaser person. We cannot say that people pleaser, being a people pleaser, it means they are introvert. Introvert or extrovert, it's like two psychological variables. It means that everyone has these traits personality. We are talking about the character of person that can behave like this to please people around. So it cannot be defined that they are introvert. It's about a characteristic that they cannot value what they want.
Okay.
Because sometimes maybe we can see and we can understand maybe, because he or she is introvert, they hardly to say no, but most of time also the extrovert person, because people knowing them as a very happy, very kind, so maybe they can easily say yes for what we ask for, something like that.
True.
All right, so Regina, on what stage can a people pleasure behavior harm mental health?
Yeah, it's like it's going to be anxiety and stress, of course, but some of the characteristics that can lead to this mental condition, it's come from very difficult to say no. It's like we are, being a capable person in Indonesian, preoccupied what other people think about us, and always say sorry for something that we didn't do, and feeling guilty if we cannot make other people happy. And also we are neglecting our needs because we always put others' needs ahead.
Oh, I know. I think this is just a joke. The one category of, a person who is qualified to be in that category of people pleasure is a mother. I think it's just a joke.
It's a dark jokes, but actually it's a full of meaning.
Yeah,
it's
think
not
about it,
true,
right?
right?
Okay.
Because mom is provider, so everything that the son or the child is asking, mom always there, and
I know.
mom always can get it.
We need to please everybody in the house. Okay, Regina, so regarding this people pleasure, you did mention it is it is triggered by stress, and in the long term it will affect the mental health itself. So what do we need? Obviously we need to stop it, right? Or we need to know the symptoms. So what can we actually do to stop it, to prevent it?
Yeah, because in our culture, it's like collectivistic culture, right? It's quite hard to say no. So the first thing is we have to establish the boundaries and communicate, like our limit, and be clear. And sometimes it's time to say no when someone try to break our rule, because you are always be there for them. And also we can make like a little steps, like because we are always be there to help people, give our hands there.
Yeah.
Like just a bit like case by case. Sometimes we have to make a little move to say no and expressing what we want actually, or talk to ourselves that how to validate our feeling without asking other people about our values.
Okay.
It also can be good, like establish the boundaries.
Okay. Now, last question would be, what is your tips for people who are actually in that kind of zone of people pleasure, and they know that they are one of the type of people pleasure? What is your solution to that? What can you say?
The first one is, everything comes from ourselves. So knowing our priority it helps us to determine whether or not we have the time and the energy to devote something. And also like take your time to respond the request from a lot of people, and just build your strong character to evaluate what other people ask to do. Like is it important for us? Is it will we get the benefit from the request? Like take your time and try to validate yourself. Sometimes like self-meditating, it's also important to validate and value our needs and desire.
I like that. A good solution.
That's
Thank you so very much, Regina Navira Pratiwi. She is an empathic social psychological associate. Thank you once again for your time this morning. Stay healthy and also stay safe. Bye now, Regina.
Thank you for having me.